whatever your dream is, whatever that dream is, putting goals to it. Goals have been like my ultimate, achieving anything that I wanted to achieve has been goals. Short-term goals, long-term goals, and then believing in yourself, because I had a counselor tell me I was not able to go to medical school, go to this office procedure school. So if you have a dream, yes, if you have a dream of doing whatever it is, take that dream and put it into action and believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself, because there's going to be others who don't. There'll be people who do, but there'll be others who don't, and they can get you down, and you have to have that, motivation and discipline, I think, is a big thing. Discipline, and another big thing is having faith. You have to have faith in something, I believe, and that helps you get through a lot of tough times. So I think that is probably some big keys to success. I'm happy to be here and talk with you today. This will be great. I was born on the Bishop Paiute Reservation, and as you were as well. And we came kind of from the school of hard knocks and getting through things, and kind of making my way into the medical field actually was a roundabout way. More so with our family, I'm one of 5 kids, and we grew up right there on the reservation. Unfortunately, there's a lot of hardships there and a lot of abuse, and me and my older brother actually were very close. All of our siblings are very close, but us in particular, getting through a lot of that through life, I think kind of hardens you up and gets you through all the tough things that life has to offer later on. Not only did we not have a lot of money or things like that, but we did actually have a close family. So back home, we have family members. Your aunt lives down the road, your grandma lives down the road. Yeah. We're all kind of close that way. However, in our immediate family, there was a lot of abuse situations and things like that, of that nature. So that's what I'm talking about when it's the school of hard knocks. You're coming up through, you don't have the opportunities that maybe kids who didn't come up that way have. And so that's kind of what I'm referring to when you are seeing parents fighting, things happening, a lot of alcohol use and those things. You just, all of the things that other kids may be doing, you're not doing.
Sure.
And it's just not the same. That's what I'm referring to there. And that actually, for me, kind of set me up to get over a lot of hurdles later in life, because it was like, well, shoot, this is nothing compared to what I endured as a kid. This is nothing. We'll get through it and move on. And that's kind of how I was able to take you kids and go on and go to school, starting with not even graduating high school, and getting through all that that can be rough because you don't have a lot, but it's easy when you've had a lot of hardship, and you don't have those choices.
Sorry, it's making me sad.
So you're able to get through that, and move on. So that's what I'm referring to. No high school diploma, no money, but I know darn well, I looked around and said, I want a lot better for my children. I love them to the end of the world. What am I going to do? And I knew I had to go and do something better with my life so that I could get a better paying job. I am able to take care of you all better. I knew that, just looking at you two, knew this is what I'm gonna do. It was just how to get there. How do you get to start school? How do you pay for it? How do you get through it? I used to work as a nursing assistant when you were a baby in a nursing home, and I thought about being a nurse. That's what I thought initially, but my personality is not that way. My personality is I like to do more. I like to be able to call shots. I like to be the one doing things, and I knew, even though I didn't finish school, I knew that I was smart enough to do it. It just took a lot of, gumption to say, I'm going to go through that many years of school to do it. Mm-hmm. So once I decided that, well then, you just start looking at each year. What do I have to do to complete this year? What do I have to do to complete the next year? That's kind of how I went about that. It was difficult for me because I didn't know anything. I was so naive. So when I went to go get my GED, which was easy, the counselor there told me I needed to go to actually an office procedures school to be a secretary. You take computer courses, typing courses, things like that to go and be a secretary, because he's seen my situation. I had no money. I was a single mother of 2. I was a teenager. Well, let's just get her working. And so I was
You get out of
naive,
there.
I didn't know that, but I was taking some science classes. And actually it was the science teacher who told me, what are you doing here? And I said, I like science, I like this class. And
Yeah.
I said, I'd really like to go to med school. And he's the one who told me, hey, you've got to get out of here. You've got to go to a university. You've got to take this test, this MCAT test. You've got to do all these things I didn't know about. So once he told me that and he helped me along, that's when I transferred and we went to a university. And that's when we moved to Las Vegas and
Yeah.
went to UNLV. And that was another eye-opening experience. I'd never lived in the city like that. And taking your kids along. But again, I have a close-knit family, we do, I should say, so my younger
Yeah,
brother
I'm your
came
son,
out.
we're talking.
I know.
I'm not an interviewer, I'm your son.
And, that's when Uncle came and he stayed with us and helped, so that I could work nights, he'd work days, and he was with you guys so that I could work those evenings and go to school in the daytime to afford things and get through there. So you guys lived in a decent home and had things that you needed and all that. So, that was a big struggle, but once you make it through that, then you think, okay, good, I got this done. Now I have to go to medical school and get into medical school first. Enough doctors to fill all the need in America as it is, so that's why they, reach for other providers, so like physician assistants and like that. They need more doctors. There's just not enough of us out there. I think our health in America is very poor. And the reason being is I think it's our diet. There's a lot of overweight, obese people, and a lot of it's going to be from these refined sugars, trans fats that we consume. It's very unhealthy, and I battle it every day because somebody can come in with back pain, knee pain, and they're 23 and they're almost 140 pounds overweight. There's a problem. We have problems like this in young folks, kids. I mean, we shouldn't have all the childhood diabetes we have. That's just shouldn't happen, but it does. I think a lot of it, we want to say that when you don't have money, we have to eat fast food, we have to eat poorer. That's really not true because I grew up, we had no food, we didn't have a lot of money, but we were able to make choices of saying, okay, I'm not buying the liter of soda, I'm not buying all this packaged cookies
So
and
you
bringing
think
them to
that
the house.
you
Buy
think
the
that's-
cheapest
buy the
food.
cheapest things
Yes,
in
and I
America,
understand
the cheapest
that.
foods
Yes.
are usually the most unhealthy.
Yes, and that
you're
is
saying.
true, but you know what, you can make other decisions because I did that. I didn't have to go and buy packaged food. I can go and buy some produce and some things. Now, were they gonna be the fanciest and best cuts of meat and all that? No, but I knew that I wasn't going to have you on cookies and soda and all those things that packaged food has. So there's choices that people can make even if you don't have a lot of money because I did that. And so I know you can do that. You can get healthier things in the produce aisle for kids. I think kids, do take a lot on the, I've had kids come in to clinic with a soda, a big gulp. Well, they shouldn't have that. It's not healthy for them. There's a lot that has to do with a combination, financially and your parenting style. That's just the way it goes. It's how it is. So I think it is a big toll.
So you think diabetes is the biggest concern in our health in
I think
America
overweight and
now?
obesity is. I think,
Overweight and being obese.
Yes, because that's a risk factor for so many things, because what many people don't know is even being 20, 30 pounds overweight, it puts you into an inflamed state. It's called adipose tissue, certain kinds, but fat
What's it
cells.
called? Say that.
The adipose tissue, also known as fat cells. So
That's
say
called
fat cells.
adipose
Tissue,
tissues.
yeah. So there's certain kinds that will put out chemical mediators for inflammation. So when you are adding every year 20 more pounds, 30 more pounds, whatever, it puts that person in an inflamed state. And inflammation is a cause of a lot of chronic issues. One of the things that I'm doing is that I have started my own clinic. It's called Brown Telemed, and I deal only with chronic medical issues. So like I was saying with the a lot of people having this chronic inflammatory state, it leads to a lot of chronic medical problems. So I am able to combine, traditional medicine with nutritional medicine to help people for the long run. My whole goal with helping patients when I see is not to put them on 10 medications. We do have to use some medications, And then my goal is to help them, reduce their risk factors for things and help them get off medication. So they can help themselves in other areas, and then reduce any side effects from multiple medications that can happen over time. You have people that are on, 15, 17
Yeah, I know
different
quite a bit of
medications.
people who are on
Yes.
several.
Yes, they're on a lot of medications. And because of that, will cause side effects over time. Every medication has a side effect.
Sure.
So you want to try to use what you need at that time, and if the patient's willing to try to change some of the things that led them to that state, and you're able to get them off. Now, can you get everybody off every medication? No, that's just not, feasible. There's so many people who actually like to be on medications, do not want to come off of certain things, and you can't, there's a lot you can do about that, but you still try to help where you can. And then there's a lot of patients who actually do want that kind of help. I've taken patients off of hypertensive meds, diabetic meds, because they've changed a lot of things and we've corrected stuff nutritionally so that their body can optimally use what it needs because they don't have dedication.
Well, I would say discipline is better
Discipline, that's a
than
good word for it.
dedication.
Yes.
But I also think, again, it's a big, the first step is they don't realize their lifestyle choices have changed, and then they get into this rhythm of, having some bad food here and
Yeah,
there,
it's just day in,
slowly
day out.
getting, and then they realize, holy shit, I'm out of shape, and then they're like, well, fuck, I can't get out, I can't get back to where I was, I'm already too old. There's this mindset is so, what are you doing?
I'm going to also show you my book.
We're not even talking about your book.
We're at the book.
Okay, well,
It's children's books.
just children's
Children's
books. Yeah,
books, and I'm going to be developing the early reading learning series for children, because children have gotten a shaft over the last couple of years, these little guys, not going to
Because of
school.
COVID.
Oh yeah, it's not going to school, you can't see your teacher, you're behind a plexiglass, a bunch of nonsense that just it's not, it has not been healthy in a learning environment for children. So there's a lot of kids who are very behind. And I've always been a strong advocate, if you are not reading proficiently, these kiddos get behind even in 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade. Reading to me is the foundation for learning. And it's good to read to your babies, to toddlers. I used to read my learning books to you guys until you understood what I was reading, and then you were like,
No, she did not.
yes, I did.
She did not do that.
Yes, I did.
Doctor and all of it. I forgot about that. She claims to come to all my sporting events as well. Never.
Hey, I've gone to what about your baseball? When did I ever really miss a baseball game? Come on. These are children's books, geared from age 4 to 6. They're
Picture
just the
books,
early picture
correct.
books,
Picture
and
books.
then we'll have some learning, the early learning series, which will help with alphabet, starting to read books. I feel like there is not enough time in my life to do all the things that I want to do. I need to take a little more of that, getting to know other people and networking like you, because I don't. I do somewhat, but not to your degree. Some disciplines to train hard, to be able to get out of a situation. Not that you have to be
Yeah, you're not trying to
you're
beat
trying to just,
somebody.
no, you're just trying to give me time to get out of here. This is not what I want. I don't want to combat you. But if I have to and back in the corner, I'm sure you have your ways to help yourself out of that. I love jogging out in the open. And you might not know that, but I've done it I've done it for years, because I used your dog was my running partner for many years. That's my time. I talk to God. I plan my day. Nobody really knows. I go out there in the morning. I do not wear any earbuds. I don't do any music. I don't do any of that stuff. I love to listen to nature. I have my conversation with God, talk about things. How can I be better? How do I plan my day? How do I be a better mother? Whatever it is. And I just run. And I love that, and I've been doing that forever. And
You ever do that to work on your temperaments, or is that part of the running?
No, I try, but
Well, there's trying and doing.
That's
I just want to know,
correct.
is there a super competitive? I think she knows where I'm going with this.
I will be married one day if I'm not.
Well, you might be secretly married.
I could be married, correct.
Why would you not tell me either way?
Why would I advertise to the feral psychopaths of the world who have tried their very best to destroy me for an opinion about my private life and the things that are most sacred to me? Why
Well, you
would I
think
do
if
that?
you said you were married, everyone would hate you.
I don't know, but people hate me. It's about me understanding that I'm a hard
Liver King.
the who?
The Liver King.
The Liver King?
Yeah.
What the hell's the
he's-
Liver King?
Well, you know what a liver is.
So actually, liver's really good for you.
Well,
It's good for your teeth.
this is
good
his
for your
big
body.
thing. Yeah, no, this is his big thing. So,
The Liver King.
He
Okay.
does-
Oh my gosh.
yeah, he's like ripped, he's huge, he's jacked.
What the
But
heck?
he has claimed, I'll take the phone back, he has physique. If I show you this
He's
physique,
not natural. I'm sorry, Liver King. You're not getting that just off of the liver. So he takes other things, not just eating liver.
Well, he does, he claimed he just eats, livers and all this other animal parts, but he's ancestral diet, meaning he has like
Some
the,
type of synthetic.
which isn't natural, which
Which
goes
is
against
not-
his
yes,
ancestral.
I mean, just looking at that picture, I don't know you, Liver King, but just off of saying I'm moving, I'm working out, I don't know what kind of supplements, what you're calling a supplement, because people call synthetic stuff supplements. I'm gonna say that is not from eating your natural diet.
So you don't think he's natty? That's what they call it now, natty.
Natty?
Means natural, natty, like
Well,
natty. Everybody
And
who's
I'm
watching.
not into anything. I don't
Yeah,
know
right.
if they weren't getting cut in the gym from natural food.
Okay, just trying to
What are
be
you
a good
feeling
guy.
bad for?
Yeah, his
He's the
apology
one who
is
did it.
right. And,
It's harder to stay in shape now than when I was 20.
okay, so that's the Liver King.
Well, Liver King's done. He's toast.